Hello everybody, Caden here today with an episode of WildLife Park, and today we are back on the world to build a black bear exhibit in our new Himalayan section of the zoo. So for this exhibit I decided to do something again inspired by the zoos I know, the Phoenix Zoo, and the bear exhibits they have there, which are, what is it? So you have like a pathway going in front of them, and then it's like sunk down, and there's like a water like barrier keeping them away from the fence, and then it slowly slips back up to a kind of hill-like thing in the back where the bears are. I can't explain it well, but you guys will see what ends up happening here. But anyway, I thought this was an interesting little exhibit to do. Fits quite well in and sets up what I think should be an interesting area for the Himalayan section of the zoo. Quite well. Speaking of this area, I've realized, I think out of every single section except for maybe the tundra, this might be the smallest area in the park. Just because there really aren't too many animals that fit in the description for this area. At least animals that I haven't already stuck somewhere else. Because, I mean, there's a few, like, animals that would technically fit the description, but I've stuck them either in the rainforest or in a different area, so, yeah. Anyway, yeah, this bear exhibit, it's a bit of a mix, actually, I think, between the snow leopard exhibit from last episode and the grizzly bear exhibit from a while ago. In that I kind of combined the shape of the grizzly bear exhibit and like how it's generally built with the coloration and ground cover of the snow leopard exhibit, but I think that looks pretty good overall. We tried out some new things, put in some new plant blocks from a couple new mods I've added. Don't remember what they're called right now. The names of the mods will be in the description down below, so if you guys want to see what mods I'm using for the zoo, feel free to check them out down there. But this was a bit of an interesting exhibit to do because I had a curve in the path, and the path not only curved, but it went up a couple levels. I was trying to figure out how to kind of get that working properly, and I think, in all honesty, I just should have made the like raise in the pathway be a bit earlier on, so like in the tunnel, connecting the snow leopard exhibit to this one. But instead I decided to do a rock wall to kind of like separate the two, and I do think it works. I think it kind of looks a bit like iffy to a degree, like, oh, the bears might be able to climb over that, but I don't believe they can. I believe they're stuck in there, so it works. I hope. I really hope it works. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, I'm filling in the moat there. This exhibit overall isn't too big, but I think that's fine. I mean, black bears aren't too big of an animal, pretty small, so we don't really need the biggest of enclosures. I am considering putting tigers next to these guys at some point. We'll see when that happens. Speaking of which, let me know what animals you guys want to see next. Or I guess probably an easier thing to do would be, which area do you want to see next? Do you want to see more of these Himalayan exhibits? Do you want to see a jungle exhibit? Do you want to see a savanna exhibit? Desert? Tundra? I don't know. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing me build. I don't know. I think I always like hearing the suggestions. I believe this is a suggestion from last episode on what I should do. So yeah. Anyway, more rock walls being built. You guys have seen me build 1 billion rock walls by this point. In fact, I don't really feel like I have much to say for this time lapse, because, well, partly because I'm incredibly tired and my brain isn't really working right now, but also because, to be honest, this is a pretty standard build for what we've done. I was going to continue the rock wall all the way along there, but I decided a fence would probably be easier to build and set up. Although, if we connect more exhibits to this, like a tiger or something, I might bring the rock wall back instead of a fence system. We'll see. You know, it kind of just depends on what happens. But yeah. Oh gosh, I got the hiccups now. That's not good. But yeah, I do think this Himalayan area is interesting to build in, and I do think I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna stylize it. Because on one hand, I'd like to do more stylized things with it. On the other hand, none of the rest of the zoo really has any stylized things, so it's kind of a weird dichotomy of it'd be cool to do stylized things in the zoo, in this part of the zoo, but at the same time, if it's not anywhere else in the zoo, how do I kind of fix that? Like, I guess I could go back and do a bunch of stuff. We'll see. I mean, if I do a live stream, we could definitely do that, I guess. We'll see. Just kind of finishing up the rock wall here. We do throw in a few new plants, and I think in the review of the exhibit, I do talk about where those are from. But I really don't have much more to say on how we built this exhibit, so I think I'm just gonna cut the voice over here, and I'll catch back up with you guys when I show you the exhibit. Alright guys, and here we are with the finished black bear exhibit. I have to say, I think this side of it is a bit interesting, a bit weird maybe, but I like the overall look of this. Oh, I didn't put a barrier up, did I? No, we should do that real quick. Just kind of quickly throwing down glass barriers. In a way, this is very much like our brown bear exhibit or the grizzly bear exhibit we have over in the North American section. Much smaller though, obviously. Built up a bit more around the mountain. Kind of like the snow leopard exhibit from last episode. And yeah, I think it's an interesting exhibit. In a lot of ways, it's a combination between the previous bear exhibit we've done and the snow leopard. Because obviously we have like the kind of a very similar shape to the bear, but the snow and the plant life we went with for our snow leopard. I did actually add in a few new mods since last episode, which are if we quickly hop in here because I completely forgot they are, the Aquatic Odyssey and the AniMod mod. So those two are in, just because they added in a few new animals. Well, actually no, the Aquatic Odyssey mod adds in tons of fish. So if we ever get around doing an aquarium, that'll give us a lot of creatures to use. It'll be pretty cool. But yeah, little black bear exhibit. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. It's not the biggest, most impressive exhibit, but at the same time, I don't really think it needs to be the most impressive exhibit. It's kind of just meant to be one of our few type of alpine, I guess, or yeah, I guess alpine, Himalayan kind of exhibits. Because we did the snow leopards, we've done these. I think next episode I might try and do the pandas or tigers. In fact, actually, maybe tigers would work well. Speaking of which, we actually have two tigers, I believe. We have the ZAWA tiger and we have the Mo Creatures tiger. So I'm thinking of having using one as a Bengal tiger and using one as a Siberian tiger, actually, because I think that'll work quite well, because I believe one is bigger than the other. Maybe we'll attach that onto like this. So I'll have like this fence be a divider between the exhibits, and then like over here we'll have one tiger, then another tiger, and the pathway will go by all three. That might work quite well. I think we'll do that actually. I think that should be pretty good. Man, This exhibit, I don't know, I had a bit of trouble coming up with exhibit ideas for what we were gonna do with all this stuff. Partly just because at the end of the day, sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out how to do an exhibit. Like, you know, I need a little bit of inspiration. Also, I think we will do the live stream this week, and I'm thinking, or at least what I'm thinking we're gonna do with it is we're gonna come back here and work on the North American section, just finishing up a lot of the decorations and setting up a few more small exhibit areas that we need for, what is it, like for opossums and stuff like that, and the few animals we have left now that we've added in a few more mods. So that should be happening soon. So I hope you guys are interested in that and looking forward to seeing it. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. Pretty simple exhibit to look at. I do like these little rock spires I did with the moss on them. I think it looks really cool, in all honesty. I'm quite a fan of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see in the next episode. Do you want to see more of these Himalayan exhibits we're doing? Do you want to see a jungle exhibit, another North American exhibit? Let me know what you guys want to see. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, guys, see ya.